Wednesday evenings, and I went out there, and they had an A and a B race, and so I'm like, I'll start with the B race, and I thought it was like a running race, and so right when they said go, I took off and lapped the field, and then I thought I was behind, so I took off again and took a lap and a half out of the field, and they're like, you're not a B, sir. And I'm like, that's my first race. I don't need. They're like, okay, you're an A from now on. And so the next week I went to the A race, and I got second. I was so mad. And one of the fastest guys in Northern California at the time could just barely beat me. So the week after that, I got my racing license and started racing in Northern California. And at the time, Greg LeMond had just turned pro in Europe, so he grew up and started racing in Northern California also. So I had heard all the Greg LeMond stories. So I was like, I want to be like Greg LeMond. And then the club showed Paris-Roubaix on the club at one of the club meetings, a recording of Paris-Roubaix, and I told everybody at the club, like, oh, I'm doing Paris-Roubaix. In spite of the fact I had been dropped on many of the club rides. And 2 years later, they had another club meeting, and there's Bob Keane in Paris-Roubaix racing. They couldn't believe it. They were like, no way! So that's how I started.